This is basically a lawsuit against multiple different entities, including Skip Bayless.
One of the biggest names in sports media, as well as his former employer, is being sued for sexual harassment amid allegations of improper behavior that date back nearly a decade.
And I guess Skip is probably having a nervous breakdown.
Hold on. They're calling it the Fox Sport freakoff.
Something's going on with Skip. Fox. I woke up this morning. I don't know what's happening. I don't know, some sort of harassment, assaults, or allegedly, all allegations. The title of this video is "Skip Bayless is cooked after Fox Sports freakoffs exposed." Damn, Skip.
Fox Sports hairstylist just dropped a bombshell lawsuit. She exposed everybody. Everybody's secret got exposed. Noshan Faraji, the Persian hairstylist that started working at Fox Sports in 2012, will bring forth a lawsuit accusing Fox Sports of a couple things, including like not properly compensating her for overtime wages, minimum wages, failure to reimburse her business expenses. But the lawsuit would also accuse Fox Sports of operating their company like an Epstein Island.
What, Fox Sports on some? Okay.
And naming Joy Taylor as Ghislaine Maxwell. She listed Joy Taylor as the head mammy in charge. Joy Taylor got to Fox Sports in 2016 and turned them free calls up. Noshan started working at Fox Sports in 2012 as a hairstylist.
So Joy Taylor's the one getting her hair did? Let me know, because I don't watch Fox Sports that much, but let me know.
But it wouldn't be until 2016 that she got hired on full-time. Now, she got hired on full-time primarily due to Joy Taylor, who was just a rising personality at the time, who was new to the network. Joy Taylor was able to get Noshan a full-time job at Fox Sports despite being new because she rose the ranks really fast and obtained a lot of power that she was able to throw around really fast. But it's how she obtained that power and how she rose the ranks at Fox Sports that was called into question in this lawsuit. A newly wedded Joy Taylor moved from Miami to Los Angeles without her husband to work at Fox Sports. Now, when she got there, there was a new show about to launch called Undisputed with Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharpe.
Come on, Skip. I hope Shannon wasn't involved, man. Come on, Skip. Come on, Skip.
This was going to be the premiere show on the network. Joy Taylor didn't have a permanent position at Fox. She was a fill-in. If somebody was off that day, she would go on this show one day, that show the next. But she didn't have a permanent role. So she was really committed to being on Undisputed, and she would let Noshan know. Now, she became really close with Noshan because Noshan did her hair at Fox Sports almost every day. As they got closer, Joy Taylor began to see Noshan as a homegirl, so she would invite Noshan out for drinks and other LA functions. Now, one day, Joy Taylor invited Noshan out for drinks per usual. I'll say the obvious here, bro. I wasn't expecting Noshan to be that thick. Holy, come.
Right. I mean, I kind of was when you saw the initial part where she was standing like to the side. I was like, okay. Plus, she like a Persian. They be built up under them sheets.
Well, bro. But okay, let's not get sidetracked, okay? But this time, Joy Taylor invited Noshan out for drinks. It wasn't per usual. It was a little different this time because when Noshan got to the bar or to the venue for drinks, she noticed that there was a strange man she never saw before sitting with Joy Taylor. Okay. The man at the table with Joy...
Definitely a strange man.
Taylor, when Noshan got there, his name is Charlie Dixon. Charlie bought Noshan and Joy Taylor drinks all night, paid for their tab. Now, Noshan realized that Joy Taylor and Charlie was a little too personal.
He got resting date grape face.
Flirting, touching each other. Joy Taylor and Charlie was flirting so much that it made Noshan uncomfortable. She wasn't uncomfortable because she was jealous or cop blocking. She was uncomfortable because she knew that Joy Taylor was married. And she had this perception of Joy Taylor that was completely changed when she seen how Joy Taylor was acting with another man, even though she was married and had a husband in Miami while she was in LA.
She wasn't trying to be a real homegirl. Just shut your mouth.
So after Charlie left, he bought them drinks. He eventually left them to spend some time together. Noshan asked Joy, yo, who is this guy? Joy said, yo, Charlie is just a friend. And she kept it at that. They didn't really expound any further. Just said, yeah, he's just a friend. Noshan didn't ask any other questions about Charlie after Joy gave her that surface level cryptic answer. She
just kept her hair curlers. She keep that in a holster like a gun.
Just forgot about it and thought maybe Joy is just a cheating heifer. but she wouldn't know how deep the rabbit hole went until the next day at work. She got Joy Taylor's hair done that morning per usual, waited at the elevator to go up to do Colin Cowherd's hair. But when the elevator opened up, her normal morning became really unusual because the man in the elevator was Charlie, the man from the bar, like the night before with Joy and her. She was really confused and didn't understand what was Charlie doing here. But she entered into the elevator, greeted him, and didn't really engage in much dialogue with Charlie. So after getting Colin Cowherd's hair done, she went back downstairs to let Joy Taylor know, yo, the guy from last night, Charlie, yo, he's here. That's when Joy Taylor,
Of course he's here.
had to alert her, yeah, I know, he's here. Charlie is the executive vice president of content. Now, the reason
Charlie got some power. Charlie ain't got no top lip, but he got some power.
why Notion had been at Fox Sports for years at this point, but didn't know Charlie was because Charlie just got to Fox Sports a few months prior. According to Notion, Joy would come clean about her sexual relationship with Charlie after Notion asked why exactly Charlie was at the bar with them the night before when that wasn't allowed. Joy Taylor would tell Notion not to worry about things when Notion will voice her concerns for how things like this usually end badly. Notion had been there for a couple of years now, and she's seen girls get too friendly with executives, get used up, and then fired. So she would let Joy know, bro, be careful. They do this to a lot of girls, and they usually fire them. Joy would then look.
So they try to clear their plate afterwards, try to act like nothing ever happened and just let her go. That's the worst part. Like, damn, like she was trying to sleep her way to the top. Jesus Christ, can I get some help?
Notion dead in her eyes and say, well, if they fire me, I'll just say he forced himself on me.
I hired
Oh, that's what I'm talking about. They put the commercial at the right spot this time. She said, if they fire me, I'll say he forced himself on me. Is that how y'all walk into the plan, ladies? Do y'all already know the exit strategy? Is that what it is? You already know when you messing with your supervisor what you got to do if things go south?
Joy Taylor was moving. It didn't feel like this was her first time around the rodeo. Joy Taylor would always bring somebody with her, usually Notion, whenever she meets with Charlie because she understands that being caught in public.
Oh, I thought she was going to say that one box is better than two. I mean, two boxes better than one.
Along with your boss, somebody takes a picture, well, that's a scandal now. Joy Taylor had it already mapped out. If we get caught for some reason, I'm just going to put the blame on the powerful man and say I was his helpless victim. It felt like she has done this before. The way she was so strategic and mapped out with it. Joy Taylor never told Notion that she was sleeping with Charlie because she wanted the role at Undisputed, but Notion sort of put 1 and 2 together and figured out that was the goal. Her suspicions became confirmed when Joy Taylor was eventually announced as the moderator for Undisputed, even though Skip Bayless was making it perfectly clear around the office that he didn't want Joy Taylor as the moderator and he was only doing this as a favor for Charlie. Now,
she took care of the right one. That's all I gotta say.
if you watched Undisputed in the early days, it's almost pretty clear that Skip Bayless didn't want Joy Taylor there based on how he treated her. At this point in time, Notion is like, hey, listen, man, a lot of weird stuff is going on, but as long as I'm not being affected by it, I don't care.
Right, she just got her hair curlers, just trying to curl it. So she say. Everybody try to seem innocent, but let me hear the whole story before I pass judgment.
But all of that would change after a party that Joy Taylor invited Notion to.
Okay.
While at this party, Charlie Dixon came up to Notion, according to her, and when he walked up to her, he began to have a conversation with her. And while engaged in conversation, he put his hands on her lower back. Now, she took his hands from off
Smooth move, Charlie.
her lower back, and then he put it back on her buttocks and grabbed it. Once he grabbed it and essayed her, she was really taken aback and she decided to walk away. Notion immediately left the party without telling Joy, but she was so angry, she blacked out. Like, nobody had ever violated her in that manner before. She could.
She should have slapped him. That was a reasonable time. Like when people always say women shouldn't hit men and stuff like that. That's an absolute reasonable time to pop right across his mouth, loud in front of everybody, so you can see. Yeah, definitely violation. All right, here we go.
Didn't even believe what happened. Nor did she understand what would make Charlie think that he could come up to her and do that to her. So she gave Joy a call the
Because she rolled with Joy. What do you mean?
following day, and when she told Joy what happened, how Charlie, grabbed her buttocks and essayed her, what she heard from Joy really shocked her. Joy told her, get over it. And
Right, you're supposed to get on it. Get over it, get on it.
Joy would even insist.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that's what y'all know. Not us. We're good people. We're not talking. Forget it.
Anyway, that if she really wanted to climb up the ranks at Fox and climb up the ranks and really, boss up her career,
She gonna have to climb up on there.
that she should probably go along with Charlie Avance's. But she had no plans on taking Joy Taylor's advice and giving into Charlie Avance's.
She just rubbed her butt just then. I seen that. That was harassment live. Let me see it.
That she should probably go along with Charlie Avance's. But she had no plans on taking Joy Taylor's advice and giving
I wish I could do it slow.
into Charlie Avance's. And she just thought that
All right, I'm sorry, y'all. Disrespectful. Algorithm down.
hopefully if she just ignores Charlie or avoids these advances, that eventually it would stop. Little did Notia know the advances were far away from stopping. As a matter of fact, it was about to get ramped up, not just with Charlie Dixon, but with other men at Fox Sports, because they were now competing to see who can sleep with Notion first. One of the men
So at that point, now she on the market. Because people assume, once again, birds of a feather. Sometimes the company you keep or the association, I'm not saying that makes whatever happens next correct, but people will make assumptions about you if you're rolling with a certain type of person who turns out to be a lizard, a reptile anyway, because she was planning on taking anybody down who got in her way. She had a plan.
competing for Notion at the time was no other than the godfather of sports debating, Skip Bayless. Now, Skip Bayless, Charlie Dixon, and other men around Fox Sports were all trying to sleep with Notion at the same time. But Skip Bayless, more so than anyone, including Charlie Dixon, would take his pursuit to sleep with Notion a little too far. Bro was...
Listen, is it just me? I always thought that Skip had something else going on. You know what I'm saying? That's just what I thought. I always thought, I thought differently of Skip. I could be wrong. I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? Well, what do I know? But I just always assumed. I was like, Skip?
hella thirsty. Whenever she comes to his particular room to get his hair done before he goes to Undisputed, he would profess his love to her. Wow. He would ask her to come to his home. Thirsty. He would try to sleep with her. Skip Bayless was treating this like this wasn't a workplace, bro. Like, he was treating this as if this was actually a girl he was entertaining, that he was trying to clap cheeks. But it's
right. She's like, I have to be here. But Skip was like, listen, I'm trying to tell you something. I'm trying to put
that this was his subordinate. Skip Bayless even went as far as offering her $1.5 million at some point to sleep with him.
Damn, Skip. Jesus Christ. And Notion's pretty gangster because she ain't take the money.
And the reason why Skip Bayless got so desperate to offer her...
It's almost no woman I wouldn't sleep with for $1.5 million. Almost. As long as she got her arms and her legs. And even then, I don't know. It might take... Can I close my eyes real tight?
$1.5 million to sleep with him that she turned down was because Skip Bayless thought that Shannon Sharpe was already clapping Nushin cheeks. One morning when Nushin got to work and went to go see Skip Bayless to do his hair, he met her in his waiting room just like this, with this exact same look.
Allegations. He don't know. But I bet it was, though.
Because Charlie had told Skip Bayless that Shannon Sharpe and Nushin was sleeping with each other. Now, the reason why Charlie...
Oh, he was mad. And that's why he probably was always had an attitude with Shannon Sharpe. Put your goddamn glasses back on.
Charlie told Skip this, who knows, right? It's unclear what the motivation was, but Skip was irate. Skip was yelling at the top of his lungs, how could you betray me? How could you do this? You chose my arch nemesis over me. He was upset. According to Nushin, she was confused because she hadn't slept with Shannon Sharpe and she doesn't know where this was coming from. So she told Skip, I did.
Was Shannon lying on his joint? You think that's what happened? You think Shannon was lying on his joint? Let me know in the chat what you think. Do you think Shannon was lying on his joint? If you already know, then you already know. But I don't know. I don't know. I think that's probably what happened.
didn't sleep with him. We're just friends. And
No, I don't. Allegations. I take it back.
according to Nushin, Skip shouted at the top of his lung, "Bullshit!" like he usually does on the show. Bull crap. So Skip was treating Nushin as if she was already his wife, and she just cheated on him with like the pool boy. He was
Right, because first of all, even if she was messing with Shannon, he ain't do you dirty.
pissed, right? Eventually, Nushin like couldn't do his hair because he was just too sporadic. Like, so she eventually left. Now, while leaving, bro, she was just thinking to herself, "Yo, what did I get myself into, bro? What is I just want a normal place to work. What's going on here?" Now, as Nushin went about her day, eventually after the show got done, Skip Bayless calmed down a little bit, and Skip Bayless texted her apologizing, in which she claims she still have those messages. Now, even though Skip Bayless apologized to her, his pursuit of her and his inappropriateness didn't stop. He continued to pursue her with no avail. Nothing worked, right? She turned down $1.5 million. She refused to sleep with Skip Bayless because
What I'm wondering, at that point, do you even want the box? If she give it to you after you did all of that, if she give it to you, she gonna be stiff, she gonna be cold, she gonna hate it, she gonna hate you, she gonna cry herself to sleep. Will you feel satisfied with that? Is that what you want your interaction to be? And as she gave it to you, she was like, all right, all right, nigga, just, okay, just put the, I want you to want it. But it's definitely not what I thought of Skip. I thought Skip was a party animal, whatever you want to call it.
quite frankly, she didn't want to. After refusing everyone advances,
Stop showing this dude.
this is when her bosses began to retaliate against her. Now, the first form of retaliation happened when she took some pay leave due to a back injury, and when she got back, they tried to cut her guarantee hours. Because workers compensated her for the pay leave due to the back injury, that would mean the back injury was a work-related issue. Right. And because it was a work-related issue, she can't come back and have her hours cut. That right there is illegal. So because she knew it was illegal, she contacted HR, and HR eventually fixed it. But she still knew her days were numbered because she understood this was much deeper than just a scheduling conflict or her taking pay leave.
Right, because they sitting on paper up there. They didn't do that to her for no reason. She knows it went deeper.
By this point, she's been there for almost a decade, and she's seen how Charlie would fire various women who would deny his advances, and how he would do so is it starts off where they're cutting back the hours. Then you're off the schedule. Once you're off the schedule for so long now, they fire you because they no longer need you because they have too much help at your particular job. So she understood what was to come, but she didn't understand when. Back in being a lame duck waiting to get fired, she decided to get proactive. She started a journal where she would document the day and each case of sexual harassment that she received while at Fox Sports. Whether it was at the hands of Skip Bayless or Charlie, she would document.
Smart. And I'm not one of those dudes that's always, against a woman or thinks she's a lie and all that other stuff. It sounds like she made some smart moves.
Everything. She went ahead and, put like a recording device in the room with Skip Bayless one morning as she was doing his hair and captured all the sexual advances he told her. She went
please play it. Please give us some audio. Come on now.
Further, she began to report every instance of sexual harassment that took place at Fox Sports. So it will be
Come on, Flacco, man. Don't skip the audio. Come on, don't do this to me.
Documented with HR that, these incidents here happened. They did this. So Fox Sports began to investigate. Right, begin to go around asking people what's going on.
They know
so
already.
Eventually, they call Skip Bayless in the office. Now, Fox Sports is so corrupt that the people who were investigating were obviously hired by Charlie, right?
And that's what I mean. They already know. What you mean?
So they brought Skip Bayless in because they needed Skip Bayless to fire Notion. They needed him to say some things that they can gather and capture and fire her. So then they began to ask him, hey, did Nushin ever ask to do some sexual favors for you? And he said no. And like they say, you sure? Like, we won't fire you if she did offer some sexual favors. He said no, she didn't. And they were trying to coerce Skip Bayless into just saying, yes, she
Skip loves her. He would never do that.
Offer sexual favors so they can just fire her. But he wouldn't do it whatsoever because He had a heart, all right? Like, he had an actual soul.
He didn't have a heart. He had a boner.
And he wouldn't, like, do so. So Charlie came to Skip and was like, bro, what are you doing? Like, why won't you do this? Skip said, bruh, I actually care about her. I'm not going to lie and get her fired, bro. That's wrong. So then Charlie went to Joy and said, hey, Nushin is talking. It's getting bad for everybody. We need to get her out of here ASAP. And you need to be cooperative in us getting her out this building. So Joy, according to Nushin, didn't have the heart that Skip had, right? Joy didn't have the love for her that apparently Skip had. And Joy said, listen, I'm down.
Whatever you need. Because we already know she got cold blood.
Right? If she got to go, she got to go. They began to run the same game plan they ran on every other woman who spoke up that got fired. Joy Taylor began to demand that Fox hire more black hairstylists. Now, the hiring manager was somebody that Charlie Dixon hired. So that
they pulled the old race card. They slid. That was a smooth move.
that's the same woman.
But it's weird when Joy doesn't necessarily have the black textured hair. I don't know what her background is, but it ain't. Come on, you don't need a black hairstylist for that kind of hair.
Who attempted to cut down Nushin hours when she came back from her back surgery. So when Joy began to request more black hairstylists, they hired 2 black hairstylists, and they cut down Nushin hours from 5 a.m. to 3 p.m. to 5 a.m. to 9 a.m. So now Nushin was only doing Colin Coward and a couple other people's hair, including Skip Bayless. Now, it didn't stop there, though. Nushin was being more
I wonder if Skip tried to tip her off, like, yo, they coming at you, shorty.
vocal than ever. So Charlie Dixon was in a position where he was really, really motivated to get rid of Nushin. So what did that come with? He had to make the firing look like, hey, we didn't have enough work here for you. So that comes with getting rid of the shows that she was working on. Now, Skip and Charlie were really close, so Charlie already knew that Skip Bayless wasn't going to renew his contract, and he was going to leave anyway. So Charlie began to target...
That's probably where the rumor came that she was messing with Shannon Sharpe from these two. He probably told him that to make him mad.
Undisputed. That came with firing Shannon Sharpe. It's unclear the exact reason that Charlie found to fire Shannon Sharpe, but what is clear is Skip didn't want Shannon to go. Skip begged Charlie not to fire Shannon, right? Don't do it, but Charlie still did it. Now,
They just ain't need that. Oh, there's too much BBC around. And after the rumor, and it might have really happened, Charlie was like, I can't do it.
according to Nushin, she feels like it was motivated by her trying to push Nushin out. So you get rid of Shannon, Skip is leaving at the end of the year. Well, now the show Undisputed is gone, and that's primarily where Nushin works. So now once that
So they wanted to. They were willing to dismantle a show behind this lady.
show is going, you can get rid of Nushin. So they got rid of Shannon. Now Charlie is under the belief, though, that Shannon and Nushin is sleeping together. Skip Bayless then would eventually choose and opt out not to renew his contract. So then Undisputed eventually got cut.
Hey guys, did you know some
Come on with these commercials.
drivers are ditching their car insurance and they're doing this instead?
No, we not.
Skip's so gangster that he realized what was going on, and before Undisputed was officially over, Skip asked Nushin to walk him to his car one day after work, and
Then he punched him in the mouth. Is that what happened? Probably not.
while at his car, Charlie was actually parked only a couple rows down. Skip told Nushin, insinuatingly in front of Charlie, if Charlie overheard them, who knew? But Skip would tell Nushin everything that was going on, all the secrets, all the dirt behind the scenes, and Skip would tell her, make sure you sue their butts off.
Okay.
I'm gone, but make sure you get the reason why Skip...
So why she still exposed Skip though? Like Skip was like, Skip was your friend. Skip loved her. Skip was like, I love you. I'll do anything for you. You still exposed Skip. You could have kept all that 1.5 and all that stuff to yourself, man. Skip was on your side.
was telling her to sue Fox Sports and Charlie, even though him and Charlie were once really cool, was because Skip felt betrayed by Charlie. You see, Skip wanted to go out on top. And in order to go out on top, you needed Shannon, your partner, with you. But to fire Shannon, change up the entire show dynamic, and have the ratings tank and essentially have me go out, as a failure, Skip felt like, that was not right, which is why Skip refused to go out ceremonially. you know, and he refused to have a big celebration. He refused for them to really like do something for him on his last day because he was leaving pissed off as Fox Sports and Charlie. So eventually, though, Joy graduated from like Undisputed. You know, Joy got a speaking role on a show called Speak with Emilio Acho, in which Nushin would claim that Joy would also admit to her that she was intimate with Emilio Acho and they were sleeping together.
Damn.
So when Undisputed got canceled, Charlie, HR, everybody was eventually able to say, hey, Undisputed got canceled. We got 2 other hairstylists. There's not enough work here for you. You were fired.
You can go ahead, shorty.
And yeah, she got fired. She got let go. And because she got let go, here comes this lawsuit.
I'm going to tell everybody. I'm going to tell on everybody.
Telling everybody's secret, text messages, the audio recording, everything. So it's unclear
Well, Skip don't work up there no more, so he don't care, but it still looks bad on his name.
how this is going to play out. But what I do
Well, actually, considering what people thought of Skip, well, what I thought of Skip, I'm nobody, but considering how Skip appeared, it actually may work to his benefit.
know, man, is this
And he ain't heard her. He did like an old school. It wasn't like a current harassment. It was like an old school, how your grandparents got together. You know, he just keep chasing her. She's like, oh my God. All right, give me the 1.5. Here we go. And then they have a long lasting relationship where she hate him and she make his life miserable, but he's very happy to have had.
is not